Hi, this is Susie from Alabaster Flask. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. This is take 2 of this video because the first one I was seriously out of frame and you really couldn't see anything. So welcome to my Christmas reveal. I've been taking photographs of these and posting them, but haven't had time to do the video with the correct lighting situation. So here we are. Vintage millinery corsage, which I just really loved and had to put it on something, with a piece of vintage seam binding that I did not wet and crumple, as many are prone to do, but I just liked it the way it was, so I left it. So this is a, I believe this is Ruby and Pearl, and this would be Lorna Taylor from her Christmas, vintage Christmas photograph kit. I have some hand-dyed vintage Venice lace pieces that I've put on here. Journaling space is quite often in the form of these little booklets that I like to create. Cluny lace, this one's actually stretchy, which would make a great belly band. Another little booklet here. More digitals, postcards to write on. Cluny lace, more hand-dyed lace pieces. I love the little bird images and all the little animals and the angels, and another Lorna Taylor piece. Most of the pieces in here are from Ruby and Pearl, with the odd piece of Roxycreations, or laces, some vintage Christmas music that was a digital kit that I will list down below. Ruby and Pearl. Not sure where this came from. Ruby and Pearl. Just layered Cluny laces. These are not vintage or antique, but they do have that same appeal. This is also one of Lorna's images. They're just so sweet, and I print them on vintage typewriter paper, and they come out really interesting looking. Another one of her images that I put inside this, and then all the little various cards in here. This is going to a friend of a friend who saw pictures of it and just loved it, so she's purchasing this, and it will be gone soon, I'm sorry to say, because I really loved it and I loved making it. So here is another that I made for a friend for her birthday. This all came from a kit. Oh, now I've forgotten the name again, but it will be in the notes below. And I've used almost exclusively her images in this kit, which I don't normally do. It's a piece of antique lace that I've cut up with a tiny little glass button, vintage glass button, and more of those on the strings down below. The laces are mostly Cluny laces. They're new. I left her a lot of journaling space. I didn't put hardly any, no booklets, no real tuck spots to speak of, but the images were just so pretty. This is a little postcard that I made from the kit and used one of the tickets as a tag. I gilded the edges on some of these, which I started doing and really liked it. And this page I printed on vellum. This snowflake design is beautiful. This came from Roxy. It's just a little fold-out paper. And these came from another kit. They're vintage borders. Again, I'll list that down below, but I took the strips and put them on a backing and used them as a pocket. Another little journaling card. Lots of space for her to write. And I really hope she loves it. It's very, very her. Very feminine, very pretty. Almost shabby chic, but with a Christmas flavor. So that's that one. Then the next one is one I've been working on for a while, and I think I'm finally finished, although I haven't figured out how to close it yet. Ruby and Pearl image printed on something, some kind of a heavy paper that's backed with another paper and enforced with another piece. It has vintage Venice lace. Almost looks metallic, but it's not really. A Cluny lace that's not vintage, but these are antique pieces here. and here. These are hand-dyed laces. And then with a little journaling booklet made out of handmade paper and different papers inside to make a little booklet to journal in. This is a digital that I created myself out of a, not very well, but it came off of an original Christmas postcard, and I printed it up, and yeah, needs to be altered, but it's fine. Again, this is actually chapter 1 from their Vintage Christmas Stamps collection. Ruby and Pearl, some antique lace, another little piece of antique lace, and some antique seam binding, journaling space, hand-dyed lace, more Ruby and Pearl, lots more Ruby and Pearl, and another stamp from chapter 1's kit. Some digitally printed Christmas musics, and a piece from one of Roxy's kits, and then the centerpiece that I love using this in the Christmas journals. It's just one of the most beautiful pieces. Not sure if you can see all the detail in that, but it almost looks medieval, although there weren't Christmas carols around in medieval times, I don't believe. More other pieces, and then I did some hand-dyed lace. I did a ruffle on this piece, a very dense ruffle, which was challenging, but I liked the way it looked, and it suited her. And another Clooney, another antique lace, more hand-dyed paper, another piece of that same fabric, that beautiful antique Venice lace that was falling apart, so I took it apart. And a little piece of hanky, and a piece out of a book from A Christmas Carol. This is a 1951 envelope from December, and some journaling space under that. And then another little booklet with the same paper, some ledger paper, some printed digitals, with journaling space. Another piece of that glorious lace, and another of that. This piece of lace, this antique lace, was such a mess. It really could only be used if cut into little bits and pieces. So that's what I did. So that's that one. And then the final one, actually there's two more I'm working on, but this one's the most closely completed, is this one. And I did have it wrapped up and then messed it all up. So, but I wanted to show you this ribbon because it's made from a fabric called Cupro, and it just feels like antique lingerie. It's so beautiful. But I dyed that and may use it to close this. This one is images applied to handmade paper, and all the edges are gilt, mostly. There's little journaling booklets and postcards throughout. No lace in this one. I decided to leave it plain so that the gilding would show. And some places you can see it better than others, but I love these little, I love Heather's digitals that she did for Christmas this year. They're just so beautiful. And then these came out of a digital kit for Charles Dickens, so using those for journaling space as well. Little stenciling. This is my favorite part right here. This is a little, just a little fold over, and I just printed these on a very thick vellum, these little cards, and tucked them in there, and they can be used for journaling places as well, with more postcards. And a piece of tracing, see, this one isn't sewn together yet, I'm almost there. Tracing paper with gilt edges, and then that same digital music thing. This also came from the Charles Dickens kit. A little bit of stenciling, and I can't remember where I got that from, but I'll try to investigate and find out and list it. Another piece on the thick vellum. And this came from a kit I will list below as well. And credit the creator of those marvelous digitals. This came out of Roxy, one of her newest kits. Rachel, or the Dickens kit. The Dickens kit. These two pieces here and there came from another kit. I'm not sure whose they were. This came out of Rachel's, or Heather's rather, and I believe that was part of Roxy's latest Christmas journal. I love how the gilding turned out on that one. I think it looked really pretty. Little booklet, postcards, and a digital postcard on the back. So that's that one, and hopefully I'll get it sewn up soon. Anyways, those are my Christmas journals for right now. I'm working on one more that's here, but I won't show it until I'm getting moving on it because it's a major work in progress. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and if you see this before Thanksgiving, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you're in the US, Canada's has long passed. But do keep watching my videos if you like what I'm doing. I'm learning new things all the time. Thank you so much and have a lovely day. Bye-bye.